Welcome, friends. Today, we are continuing with our first impression series on the house of Maitre Parfumeur Gantier. Wonderful. That is right, friends. Today we are back to continue exploring the house of Maitre Parfumeur Gantier. Again, I have four samples of perfume, and they are Secret Melange, Racine, Bois De Turquie, and Ambre Precieux. Now, I must disclose to you that I own 3 of these already. Racine I bought blind. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Racine I bought blind. I bought Racine blind quite a long time ago. I also bought Route de Vetiver at the same time, which I promptly gave away. Dark. But we will come on to that one. Secret Melange is the one I've never tried, but what I'll be able to do today is go over the ones that I have already got, which is Racine, Bois de Turquie, and Ambre Precieux. And I'll be able to give some information, so there won't be exactly first impressions, but it's not like I've owned them for years. First up, excuse me, we have Secret Melange. Now, according to the book, the good book, Secret Melange is orange, Chinese anise, and sandalwood. That is quite interesting, actually. So, shall we get going and see what it smells like? It's got Chinese anise. Is Chinese anise better or different from other kinds of anise? Apparently it was the perfumer's own perfume that he liked wearing for himself. Let's see if I like it. It's not looking promising with orange though. Let's see. Wow. So, according to Fragrantica, this is Amalfi lemon, orange, cloves, spicy notes, lavender, rose, jasmine, sandalwood, musk, and patchouli. And I can tell you, friends, this is a hard clove fragrance. There is some anise in it, but everything is being blown away by this clove orange kind of vibe. It can only be described as. This is a considerable vibe. Very orangey, very clovey, smells a little bit Christmassy, warm, spicy. Absolutely. Like Christmas cake without the cake. Say you're getting a Christmas cake ready and you've made like the batters all like away and you've just got the fruits out and you're just mixing the fruits around, you know? And there's like spices? Spicy stuff in there, spices. I'm getting the orange more now. Like the orange fruit. No orange peel. No sandalwood to speak of yet. cloves kind of backing off a little bit. The aniseed's sort of coming out, but it's not like an aniseed drink. It's like it's aniseed. You know, it's there's an underlying dryness. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. You know, like cloves, the outside of a clove is quite... The outside of a clove is quite dry. It's dry. There's a little bit of relief from the orange, which is juicy. Slightly acidic. I'm not getting much of the florals. I'm just getting this kind of dry spiciness. Fresh, clean. Not a big fan of that, if I'm honest. Not a huge fan of that. Whoops, put it on the wrong side. It's interesting. You'd have to like clove. Anywho, we'll come back to that at the end and see what we think. Now, we are going to move on to the 3 that I already own. So I will be able to give you some kind of insight. Anyhow, let's have a look, shall we? Racine. Racine, according to the booklet, is bergamot, lavender, vetiver and sandalwood. For me, I always thought this had a touch of Guerlain's vetiver. Different enough, but the vetiver in it is very similar. It's got this slightly earthy kind of thing from the vetiver. The bergamot is giving this brightness, this fruitiness at the top. It's fantastic, this. It really is. I should wear it more often. I really should. I really, really should wear it more often. Because, excuse me whilst I hydrate. Its quality, it just kind of, it's understated. Oh. The bergamot's becoming more, it's like a 3-dimensional bergamot. It's very interesting. The lavender is kind of underneath, you know, giving this classic touch. I mean, bergamot, lavender, vetiver and sandalwood are 4, I beg your pardon, I can't count for some reason. 4 of the most classic fragrances, classic notes in fragrance that you can get. The lavender's kind of smoothing things out along with the sandalwood, taking the edge off the bergamot. It's very... The problem I think this fragrance has got, right, is that it's in a very, very crowded field. Vetivers are is it an overplayed note? I don't want to say overplayed because I really love it. You know, like I really love it. It's amazing. It's one of the best notes, and it's no surprise that the perfume industry has decided to like base so many scents on it over the years. But what that means is that this has like almost an impossible task of trying to compete with some of the best fragrances ever made, namely Guerlain's Vetiver, which I still think is undefeated in its many reformulations over the years. Almost all of them are brilliant. But it's clean, it's fresh, it's warm, it's brilliantly made. I believe since it was brought out in 1988 that the perfumer will be the same guy who made a lot of the perfumes, Mr. Large. I believe he's called. Is he called that? I think so. Jean Laporte gets credit, and I'm not sure Jean Laporte is a perfumer. I think he may have been a creative director, so that's something to bear in mind when you're looking up Maitre Parfumeur de Gantier fragrances. Jean Laporte was the person who also created L'Artisan, so that is a considerably top-notch legacy, a considerably good legacy. Okay, next up, we have Bois De Turquie. Now, Bois De Turquie is something, I'm not going to lie to you, I've completely fell in love with. It is an absolutely amazing perfume. I have bought a bottle and I have a couple of backups. I've spoken about it on streams and it has been in my fragrance rotation. So all I can do is expand on this. For me, this is like M7 by YSL, but remove the oud and add in an iris note, an absolutely beautiful iris note. I should say that Bois de Turquie is in a different collection. The previous fragrances that I have featured in this first impression series have been in the Les Caprices du Dandy. Sorry, France, for ruining the language. Centaur, Iris Bleu Gris, Jeune Homme, Parfum d'Habit, Racine, and Secret Melange are all in the Les Caprices du Dandy collection. Bois de Turquie and Ambre Precieux are in the Les Parfums de Levant, as in the Levant collection. And I will continue to tell you which perfumes are in that collection as we go through them next. Bois de Turquie. According to the booklet, citruses, laurel, sandalwood, and myrrh. And there is an absolutely glorious myrrh in here. The laurel, the bay leaf, it's got this slightly boozy aspect to it, which I absolutely love, but it's not overstated. It doesn't smell like a drink. It just kind of smells like the things that flavour drinks, you know. It doesn't smell like alcohol, where you get some perfumes that smell like genuine alcohol, which isn't, it's not appealing to me. Don't get us wrong, I've got stuff like Ambre Precieux, which is top notes of vodka and champagne, but excuse me, the boozy thing like pure malt and stuff like that. I struggle to wear pure malt now. It's so overly. I mean, I know the Mugler aesthetic is a little bit vulgar as far as perfume's concerned, but it's just too much. You know what I mean? Very, very potent. This isn't like that. This is like high French perfumery, you know? And frankly, I absolutely love it. The sandalwood, the myrrh, there's a little bit of a frankincense in there. Slightly smoky. There's an orange blossom and a mandarin orange at the top. So the orange blossom gives this kind of vibe of cuillage, which is brilliant as well, you know? Oh, if this had leather in it, it would cross into cuillage territory, but that orange blossom at the top with the iris, like, it sort of gives that. So imagine cuillage without the leather, which is like an almost impossible thing to do. But if you ever smelled this, you would know what I mean. Like, laurel is, or bay leaf, I think it's the same thing. It's this absolutely fucking beautiful sweetness to it. And it is like sweet. It's brilliant for this time of year. It's fresh. It's creamy. It's rich. It's deep. Ever so slightly powdery. It's ambery. Myrrh. Iris. The orange at the top, it's mandarin orange, so it's different to like the orange that's in Secret Melange, which is a little bit more tart. No, not tart. It's a little bit more. How can I differentiate between mandarin and orange? I think mandarin orange is a little bit less acidic. It's a little bit less potent. You know, it's a little bit sweeter. And it's so inviting. It's such a great fragrance. It's still available. The modern formulation I have not smelled, but the vintage ones that I've got are absolutely gorgeous. And I rate them highly. And that is Bois De Turquie. So, last but certainly not least, we have another fragrance that I have a bottle of. And this is Ambre Precieux. This is, according to the booklet, myrtle, vanilla, and grey amber. So like an ambergris fragrance, you know? Rather than a traditional amber, like what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing Au Cours du Désert by Andy Tower. Sorry, France, for butchering the language. This has got that. There is a note in here which reminds me and takes me back to when I first smelled Ambre Sultan. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name of the perfume there. And I don't know if it's labdanum. It's incredibly balsamic, this. Or if it's like the balsams that's in it, but it's got this orangeness without the orange fruit. you know. This was made in 1988. And that's before Ambre Sultan came out. Ambre Sultan was the genius that Christopher Sheldrake used for Ambre Sultan was that he put spices at the top. This doesn't have that. This is more a kind of traditional vanillic amber, but very resinous, and it's got this kind of it's got this kind of it's not spicy. Is it like nutmeg? It's lovely. It's absolutely gorgeous. But it is more vanillic. It definitely has a bigger vanilla note than Ambre Sultan, which is quite vanillic anyway. It's ever so slightly rubbery, like the texture of like myrrh. Like, not when myrrh's hard, but if you can imagine myrrh when it was still slightly viscous. It's got this kind of slightly rubbery texture to it. It's fresh, it's high quality materials. All of these are high quality materials. It's high quality perfume, it's high quality blending. It doesn't smell what we call synthetic. Like, it doesn't smell like something that is slightly perverted from the natural world. You know, like a lot of modern perfumes are, they smell like chemicals. This doesn't. This smells like, yes, I know that perfumes are made of chemicals and materials and all of that, and synthetics are in this, but this is absolutely, it's blended to within an inch of its life. It's absolutely amazing. It's so balsamic and ambery. Not overly sweet, but there is a lovely natural sweetness to it, you know. I highly recommend smelling all of them, and to be honest, I would recommend smelling as many Maitre Parfumeur Gantiers as you possibly can. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Okay, we will go back over these one last time and then I shall let you go. Secret Melange, clovey and orangey. The lavender. Is it lavender or is it sandalwood? I think it's sandalwood. It's that creamy thing it's become a lot drier now as well. It's very woody. That orange is not as present now. I think that's burned. Excuse me, that's burned well off. Orange and clove is a very Christmassy mix for me. Oof. I'm not sure I like that. It's not for me. It's turned very woody and very dry and a little bit spicy, you know. If that sounds nice to you, you would enjoy that. Next up was Racine. It's so fresh and masculine and woody and vetiver and all of those great things. If you're into vetiver, you would love this. Absolutely love this. It's an absolutely outstanding example. I'm not sure what it goes for on the second-hand market, but you would absolutely love that. Next up, we have Bois De Turquie, which doesn't want me to grab a hold of it. That sweetness is just so pitch perfect. and so rounded. It's so well made. There's so many moving parts. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Last up, Ambre Precieux. Such a top quality amber, and that's in a crowded field as well. Amber is not an easy perfume to get right. That's astonishingly good. They're all really good. Anyway, this has been my first impressions video. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I will be back soon with more. Thanks very much, everyone. See you.